And to you, good day.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
So I have a couple of questions for you. So first I want to tell you that the first time and the last time that I saw you was a year ago, and I was in Vegas.
Yes.
And my name got pulled for a question too, and I was the second person, and I had a feeling that it was coming.
Yes.
And this time I was pulled again, the second person, and I had a feeling it was coming.
All right.
So
You're on a roll.
Yes, I am. Thank you. So I was actually just with a psychic about a week ago, and she told me that I came from a history of intuitive women, and she told me a lot of different things about myself, including how I died in a past life.
Remember what we say about past lives.
You know, you told me this last time, and I don't remember exactly that it's sort of an alternate
All right.
universe.
Let us give you a brief reminder.
Okay.
In essence, mechanically, there's no such thing. You can have an experience of having had a past life, but do you remember that we talk about the fact that everything exists at once?
Yes.
So if everything, and I mean everything, exists all at the same time in different vibrational frequency domains, but they all exist simultaneously, that means everyone does too. Even the people you think of as being in the past or in the future or in a parallel reality, they all exist now as the people that they are. So you have never been any of those other people as a person. From the oversoul perspective, of which all the different people are extensions, only the oversoul can say, yes, I am that person, and I'm that person, and I'm that person, and I'm that person. But from the personal level, you are your own unique extension of that oversoul, just as other people are. You might go back to the same oversoul, so to speak, as another person, but you still have your own personality, and you've never been another person. So the idea is, because you exist now in a space-time focused framework, what you do is you make connections to the people you believe that can provide experience and information and energy to you from their lives that will aid and assist you in the theme you're exploring in this life. But because you exist in a space-time framework, you interpret that energetic connection that you're creating in the present as a memory, and therefore think that that's in the past and that that happened to you in the past, when in fact it's just simply happening to that person, but you're making a connection to draw from their experience because you believe it assists you in this life. Now, these things are not static. They're always dynamically changing because you are. So to use your colloquial language, you actually don't have the same past lives necessarily from moment to moment to moment, because you're always unplugging and plugging in and unplugging and plugging in and unplugging and plugging in as you need to. It's a dynamically changing relationship. But from your space-time framework, you can create the experience of having a life, dying, living again, dying, living again, dying. You can create that as an experience because it's a perspective of how you're looking at the structure. But it's not an accurate description of the actual mechanism at work. Does that make sense?
It makes a lot more sense than it did last year, so thank you for
All
clearing
right.
that up.
By example, this is why we use the illustration to prove the point. This is why 50 different people can say, I was Cleopatra. Because obviously, if they all really were those other people, 50 people couldn't say that. But because 50 people or 100 people or 1,000 people or 1,000,000 people can energetically link to the individual you know as Cleopatra, your assumption that you used to be that person is just your space-time way of saying you've made a connection to that particular person for your own reasons.
That makes a lot of sense.
I know, that's why I said it.
So going off of that then, a lot
Yes.
of the things that the psychic told me were true. She told me things about my current past.
They're true. It's
that-
just being interpreted in old-fashioned terminology.
Well, so my question to you then is, based on everything that she did tell me during this session, how much do you perceive of it to be accurate?
That's not the question. The question is, how much of it do you perceive to be relevant?
A lot of it.
Then that's what you take.
Okay.
And that's what you use. And what isn't relevant right now doesn't need to be thought of right now. If at any moment it needs to become relevant in your life, you'll remember it.
Okay. So my second question is about my business.
Yes.
So I started a business about 2 years ago.
Which is what?
Thank you. Which is running a website on music festivals.
Oh, all
And
right. How exciting.
It is very exciting, and I love it. It is my passion. It's what I wake up thinking about. It's what I think about all the time.
All right.
The downside to it is
I beg your pardon? You can't have a downside to passion. If you
Well,
are having a downside,
struggle.
you can't have a struggle in passion.
The obstacle.
If you have an obstacle, if you have a struggle, if you have a downside, the point is you're not in your passion at that moment.
Well, then let me clarify, because I
Thank
don't
you.
think I'm doing a very good job.
You're doing a wonderful job of pointing out
The area
that there are
of
times you're not in your
improvement-
passion.
The area of improvement
Yes.
is the monetary side of it. Right now, I'm currently financing my own job with a day job that I'm not passionate about. I enjoy doing it.
But you believe you need it at the moment, and
Yes,
that's fine.
And I don't believe that I want to take money from investors because I don't want somebody to tell me how to run my business.
Investors don't have to tell you how to run your business. You need a silent investor.
Okay. And
Did you not know such a thing existed?
You know what? I haven't really even looked into it because
Well then, maybe you need to do some research.
you are very right. And can you tell me, Bashar, do you see this business thriving?
If you stay in your state of passion, whatever needs to thrive will thrive. Whatever is irrelevant to it will go its own way.
Okay.
And remember, if you focus too much on only one expression of abundance, you will close the door on all the other expressions that could allow you to do what you need to do when you need to do it. So don't just make it about the money. Open up to all forms of support and abundance that could come into your life synchronistically, instead of slamming the door on them because you think that the money is the only way you can do what you need to do.
And that's what I have been doing is I've opened up so many opportunities. I have so many amazing contributors on my team,
All
so
right.
much support.
All right.
And it's just, when can I make this my full time?
That's completely in your hands when you believe that your excitement, when you know for a fact, when you feel it in your bones, when it's in your behavior, that your excitement can support you. It will. Until such...
And I have one last question. My last question pertains to my future. I was hoping that you could...
You mean a probable future?
A probable future,
You do
yes.
know there's no such thing as a prediction of the future, yes?
Yes.
All right.
So my probable future.
A probable future.
A probable future. So I believe that I have found my twin flame, and I want to hear some feedback from you. Can you comment on this? Is this energy that I'm feeling correct?
Do you understand that you might be using an outdated definition of twin flame?
Yes, because I am taking the definition from my psychic, who you've told me the past life expression that she uses may be a little inaccurate.
Anyone at any moment who reflects to you the most important things you need to know about yourself to become more of who you are is at that moment your twin flame and your soulmate, even if they're your enemy. So yes, we understand that there can be arranged flames in the way that you are expressing it, and to some degree, the information and experience that you may get out of interacting with such an individual will serve you if you use it in the way that it needs to be used in all relationships. That you are given what you need to be more of yourself, and that you give what they need to be more of themselves. Then for as long as both of you or all of you are willing to grow in that understanding together, then you will continue to reflect what you need to one another. If for some reason that should stop on the part of anyone in the relationship, then you might need to find another flame at that moment.
Got it.
So, attract all the flames you want, just don't burn yourself.
Sounds good. Thank you, Bashar.
You're welcome. Some of you attract just enough twin flame to cook your own goose. It's not about holding your hand in the fire longer than you need to. It's about knowing that the most loving thing you can do for anyone is to be yourself. Any you good day.
Happy birthday today.
Thank you.
I have a couple of questions today.
Yes.
I see your daily messages in the internet. Somebody is writing in his blog.
Yes.
And according to that, animals are more connected and can sense the universe or unseen world more than human beings.
Animals?
Yes.
Yes, very
And-
often.
Okay, then. Oh, I'm so nervous. Okay.
Why?
So,
What are you nervous about?
okay.
Am I a big bad monster alien? Am I going to devour your soul?
Okay. So. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So.
I've eaten you up and spit you back out.
Okay.
Are you okay now?
Yes, I'm okay. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, so they can sense more universal unseen world more than human beings.
Not that you are not capable, it's just that they don't let the idea of the kind of thought processes that humans let get in the way get in their way. So you're just as capable. That's not what's being said.
Okay.
It's just that many humans have been taught to overthink things instead of really using the same kind of sensory apparatus that you all have and that animals have, but they don't get in their own way. Do you understand?
Yes. And also, according to the blog, the animals are living here with us for save the human beings to save human beings. But we must produce the animals, we eat the animals.
Sometimes not. It just depends.
Okay.
Just understand that you have to have a positive relationship, a respectful relationship, if such a thing is being done, so that you understand that as you are eating, you are being eaten by nature. Do you understand?
Yes.
When you take something into your body, that thing is taking you into its. Because you become in a relationship with that. So it must be done respectfully in order to get the real benefits from it, if you do it at all.
Yes.
Now, as you evolve, you may stop doing it, but you don't have to force yourself to stop. You have to follow your natural body consciousness at whatever level you're at in order to sustain yourself.
Yes.
So it's not about forcing yourself to be more spiritual, which is an oxymoron. It's about letting it unfold in a natural, organic way. Yes?
Yes.
Does that help?
Yes. But we must produce the animals, and some animals are so suffer.
They don't have to suffer, no.
Okay.
Why should they have to suffer?
I don't want to make them suffer.
Well,
so
then don't.
I'm vegetarian. Then I don't eat meat.
That's up to you.
So, but what can we do to make a peace and harmony to all the living creature, like nature and the
You
animals?
can take whatever actions you are capable of taking to stop animals from suffering.
Okay.
And you can also take what actions you need to stop yourselves from suffering. Because remember, it's kind of that you're expressing a turnaround of what you call the golden rule. What you're willing to do to yourselves, you'll do to anything else. So when you create suffering within your own being, because you hold on to negative belief systems about yourselves of unworthiness and non-deservability, then feeling so badly about yourselves it's a very small step toward making others feel badly, because you've had the saying on your planet for quite some time, misery loves company. So stop being miserable by giving up your negative definitions about yourselves, and then you will know there is no need to create any other form of misery anywhere in your reality. So start with yourselves, end the suffering within your own being, and express compassion for those that may still be creating suffering within their being and their reality experience. And bit by bit, you will change things. Yes?
Yes, I understand. Yeah, thank
All
you
right.
so much. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
Hello, Bashar.
And you good day.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I have a question about genetics
Yes?
and intuition.
Yes?
I've been taking a course on beginning genetics at Stanford.
How exciting.
It's fun.
Oh, I believe you. It's fun.
Anyway, I've been one of the exercises in the first part of the course was putting together if your mom and dad had certain genes, whether the trait would come through because whether it was recessive or dominant.
Yes.
So I was thinking, I wonder if intuition is carried along the genetic line.
Yes.
And in my family, my grandmother, I believe, is intuitive. I have aunts that are.
Are you intuiting that?
Yeah. Well, I know that for sure because
Well, all right.
they have dreams that come true. And
Yes, yes.
my grandmother had dreams that come true.
Yes.
But out of my cousins,
Yes.
they don't talk about it.
Yes.
And my brother and I, we have the same mom but different dads.
Yes.
We're both intuitive.
Yes.
One sister, I don't think she is, and one sister definitely isn't.
All right.
So that would mean
At least not that she is exhibiting.
she's not exhibiting. She won't talk about it.
All right.
But so does that mean intuition is recessive and not dominant? Because if it was dominant, then everybody in my family would have some degree of it.
Yes, in general, but that's oversimplistic, because there are many other factors that determine whether or not whatever might be in the genetic code would be recessive or dominant. And a lot of it has to do with themes that people choose to explore in having a physical incarnation.
So does that mean it could be dominant, but because it was...
Let me give you an example.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying it has to happen this way, but sometimes it does happen this way, because people on your planet, when they don't know what the tools are to make the shift, will, from a higher level, choose to have a certain experience that will shift them, that will allow what might have been dormant to suddenly become dominant. So, for example, you hear stories where people do not express or experience the idea of any kind of psychic functioning throughout most of their lives or a large part of their lives, and suddenly they are in what you call an accident. And after the accident, suddenly they're psychic this and intuitive that, because they have, in a sense, shifted themselves in such a way that now is the time for that particular genetic trait to become dominant, when it wasn't time before. They have flipped a switch. They've turned it on. Always the potential was there, but it may not always be turned on. It may be somewhat dormant. And only when the timing is appropriate do they then create a scenario that allows them to flip that switch. So that may or may not happen in someone's life, but that's usually an indication, since they didn't exhibit it before and thus exhibit it after the accident, that it's always been there, it just wasn't switched on. You follow?
Yep, I think that makes sense because I don't think I exhibited any intuitive abilities as a child, and I sort of thought, well, it just sort of passed me by. I'm like my other cousins. But then after 2012, it sort of went into overdrive.
All right, well, you took advantage of the idea of that ending of one cycle and the beginning of another to switch it on.
Right.
Without necessarily having to damage yourself to do.
And so my other question related to that is, my brother told me a couple years ago, and you've told me that I have children and everything.
Yes.
And he was visited,
Yes.
but I don't get, and he and my other two sisters were visited, and we don't live together because we had separate families and everything, but
Yes. That doesn't stop them.
no, I know. Did they choose us because we have intuition?
You chose yourselves to be part of the program, and they chose you because you have certain kinds of genetic factors that are required for the creation of the template that would allow the hybrids to be built on that template that would give them some of those particular traits, yes.
But he was visited, where I
Yes.
don't remember my visitation
That's all right, you don't have to.
Except I sort of remember it being beamed up, and I actually thought I was astral traveling at a young age, and I didn't realize I was actually being abducted. But
All right. Yes.
but I don't think they have children,
Doesn't matter.
but I do.
Doesn't matter.
So how does that make sense with the
There
genetics?
can still be people who have certain genetic traits that can be added to the template, whether they themselves have children or not. Not everyone participates in the hybridization agenda in the same way. Some people don't necessarily give their DNA in that sense, but they have certain energy vibrations that will allow them to teach the hybrid children how to assimilate into your society more smoothly.
So why were they visited? Why did they have the visitation?
Well, there may be a number of different reasons. It can be for the extraction of genetic material. It can be to bring someone up to the ships to teach the children to create a class. It can be for a number of different things.
And so they took my DNA, but they didn't take theirs, but there could have been other reasons why.
But they can still read their frequencies.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't have to necessarily always be physical DNA to be able to incorporate a particular frequency of energy into the overall template. It just depends on what's been chosen and what's needed.
Because my brother's theme is he's really into Billy Myers, which sort of, like me, came, I think, later in life, too.
Yes.
Which is sort of interesting. Anyway, so my third question, final question is, you always talk about dreaming and how your civilization, I forget what you call it, is in some dream state.
Yes, we live in a dream state lucidly because we understand that physical reality is also just a dream.
So I was wondering, because all of my ET alien experiences have happened in a pure waking state.
Yes.
And I don't remember, or I must be dreaming, but I don't have any experiences, or I don't remember my dreams.
That's all right.
That's okay?
That's okay.
Do I need to try to, because I'm like, maybe I need to try to get into this lucid state?
Well, there are many ways to achieve that. Again, you can become simply lucid in the physical dream, if you wish,
How do I do that?
by following the formula. Act on your highest passion to the best you're able with zero assumption as to the outcome.
But what would it mean to be, so you would be lucid but awake, not dreaming?
You are dreaming right now.
No, I know, yeah, but
So become lucid in this dream means you understand that physical reality and experience and perceive physical reality to be a dream, an extension of your consciousness.
I sort of think of that anyway, because I have such
It's
like,
not about thinking about it. It's actually about experiencing it that way.
well, I have a sort of a wild, crazy thing with ETs and aliens anyway, and it's fine in my waking state, and I always wonder if it would get even weirder if my dream state, so I'm actually fine with just having it in my waking
My
state.
strongest suggestion would be don't worry about it.
Okay.
Just follow your passion to the best you're able. No insistence on a particular outcome. Everything that needs to happen that's relevant for you will happen in perfect timing. You're overthinking it a bit.
Thank you.